रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः. Revered Swami Jitatmananji Maharaj, the president of this session, Revered Swami Paramarthanandji, Swami Nikhilatmanji Maharaj, other respected Swamijis present here, dear brother monks and brahmacharis, dear devotees, the children of Holy Mother Sharda Devi. I am very happy to be here this afternoon. I am grateful to Swami Paramarthanandji Maharaj to give me this opportunity of participating in this second phase of the 150th birth anniversary of Sharda Devi here in Hyderabad. Wherever I go, there is a great demand for listening about Sharda Devi. Just now as Swami Jitatman said, I had been to Europe. In Germany, when I talked to them about Swamiji, Thakur, they were very eager. But when it came to Mother, they were simply charmed and they asked so many questions. Sharda Devi, even the German people, they are also wanting to know about Sharda Devi. The topic that has been given to me is very interesting. Holy Mother Sharda Devi, the embodiment of genius. Now who is Sharda Devi? Just now you heard Sri Ramakrishna told Sharda Devi asked, how do you look upon me? And Sri Ramakrishna said, the same Divine Mother who is in the temple is now before me. So Sri Ramakrishna said, Sharda Devi is nothing but the mother of the whole universe. Now think, how many genius have been produced so far in the universe and how many are here in the universe today? And what a genius mother who has given birth to so many genius. Think about that geniusness. So as the Divine Mother, the mother of the whole universe, the first quality that she is embodiment of genius is that she has given birth to so many genius and she has been giving birth to so many genius. Taking her human aspect, when we talk about the Holy Mother Sharda Devi's human aspect, the human lila that she performed, even there what do we find? Once, Holy Mother was little anxious because as you know, Sri Ramakrishna Sharda Devi both lived a very pure life, an extraordinary marital life where Sri Ramakrishna looked upon Sharda Devi as Divine Mother and Sharda Devi looked upon Sri Ramakrishna as God, and so they did not have an ordinary marital relationship. So Sharda Devi was anxious, what will happen to her without any children? Then Sri Ramakrishna said, don't worry, I will give you so many children afterwards, they will all call you mother and they will be all genius. One of them was Swami Vivekananda. When I tell them, youngsters, that Sharda Devi was a genius, they don't believe. You may say Sharda Devi was motherly, but why do you call her genius? She was very ordinary looking woman, having a big veil, a village woman, unlettered. She could not write, She was really Angutha Chap. When money order will come, she had to put thumb impression. Of course, she could read a little bit of Mahabharata Ramayana, but she could not write. How could you call her genius? But what do you say about Swami Vivekananda? Oh, great genius. But remember that Swami Vivekananda, when he wanted to go to Chicago Parliament Religions, he was not able to decide. Because many Pandits said, if you go out of India, if you cross the ocean, you will lose your caste. And there were so many hurdles. So he was just not able to decide. Finally, he wrote a letter to Sharda Devi. And when Sharda Devi said, yes, I had a dream, Sri Ramakrishna has told, it is all for you, go. And as soon as Swami Vivekananda received that letter from Sharda Devi, he started dancing. Oh, mother has given me permission, so I will go to America. For any major decision, a genius like Swami Vivekananda would take advice from Sharda Devi. So what a great genius Sharda Devi. In the modern days, they say a genius should have leadership qualities. Now, in the modern trend, servant leadership has come. Robert Greenleaf has started this movement of servant leadership, where they say that bossism won't do in the modern age. It is an age of knowledge workers. So servant leadership has come. Sharda Devi, in her own life, has demonstrated what servant leadership can be. They are talking now, but Sharda Devi has in her own life shown what servant leadership can be. She did not accept any power or position, though she was Sangha Janani. You heard just now that Sharda Devi went to Bodh Gaya. Many feel that Ramakrishna order was started by Swami Vivekananda. No, Ramakrishna mission was started by Swami Vivekananda after Swami Vivekananda came back from America and Western countries in 1897. But it is Mother Sharda Devi who has given birth to this Sangha and who has sustained it and nourished it with her motherly love. How? In 1890, in the month of March, Sharda Devi went to Bodh Gaya, and there she saw the monastery. The monks were living, very nice arrangements of food, clothes, and then Holy Mother Sharda Devi started weeping and praying to Sri Ramakrishna. You see, here the monks are living so comfortably, and my children, meaning Swami Vivekananda, Swami Brahmanand, Naren, Rakhal, etc., they don't have even food to eat. They don't have a shelter, and they are running here and there, they are wandering. Then she prayed, "O Lord, whosoever takes your name and renounces the family, please see to it that they don't get any difficulty in their food and clothes." That prayer is still working. In the morning you saw Yati Puja, how many clothes we received and how much food. So Sharda Devi's blessings are there with us, still working. Sharda Devi prayed, "Whosoever, O Lord, renounces his family by taking your name should not have any difficulty of food." So now the prayers have been so effective that perhaps now the time will come when Sharda Devi will have to pray, "Oh Lord, please do little less because they are getting fat by taking more food." But this is what is happening. Sharda Devi's prayer so effective. Then Sharda Devi prayed, "Oh Lord, you came, you performed Leela and you went away. So what was the necessity of coming? Everything over. It is my desire that these my children," that means the monks like Swami Vivekananda and Swami Brahmanand, they are all wandering here and there. They should stay in one place. There should be a monastery, an ashrama. They should stay together and they should carry out your message, perform sadhana, do some service, and the people who are living in the world as householders, they got so many problems. They don't have peace of mind. They will come to the ashrama, they will talk to the monks, they will pray here in the ashrama, they will get a little peace of mind. If such things happen, then only your coming is of some use." She prayed for an order of monks. She prayed for an ashrama to be started, for an ashrama to be established. This was in the month of March 1890. Within a few days, the whole thing turned, as if Sri Ramakrishna listened to the prayers, and Swami Vivekananda was motivated, was given inspiration, and he wrote a letter to Pramodada's Mitra that we want to start a monastery by the side of the Ganges. Of course, it took 10 more years, 6-8 more years. In 1898, afterwards, the monastery was started in Belumat, the headquarters of Belumat. But this is how Sharda Devi gave birth. Sangha Janani she was. She gave birth to the order, the great order of Ramakrishna Mutt, Ramakrishna order. Not only that, she sustained it. She nourished it. And she was always there to guide. She did not become the general secretary to the president, but she was always there to guide at the time of emergency. She was always there to guide during the time of calamities. Only 2 incidents I'll give. One, there was a terrible plague in 1899. Swami Vivekananda was in Darjeeling. He was not in good health, but when there was a terrible plague in 1899. Swami Vivekananda was in Darjeeling. He was not in good health, but when he heard about the plague, he came back, immediately rushed to Kolkata. People were running away from plague and they were terrified. Immediately Swami Vivekananda made an appeal, don't go, we will start our relief work. And they started, and Swami Vivekananda started the relief work. Now his brother disciples, they got a little apprehensive because there were no funds. At that time the ashrama was very poor. Then they asked Swamiji, you have already started the relief work in such a huge scale, but the funds are not there. Then what shall we do? You have already given promise to the people. Then Swamiji says, why do you worry? Just recently we have purchased the land by the side of the Ganges, that is Belumad land, after so many years of struggle, 8 years of struggle. At long last that land was obtained. But Swami Vivekananda says, what is there? We are monks, we can stay under the tree. We will sell this land and from this money we will run the relief work if necessary. Now the brother disciples became very apprehensive because Swami Vivekananda, whatever he says he may do, and nobody had the courage to speak anything to Swami Vivekananda. We know Swami Vivekananda is Shiva avatar. Sometimes he becomes Asutosh, he will give you all blessings. And when he takes up Rudra Swarup, nobody can go near. So what to do? Nobody had the courage. So they all went to the Supreme Court. That means Sharda Devi. What to do, mother? Swamiji is telling that he will sell away the land. Then Holy Mother said, okay, call Naren. Then Swamiji came. My dear Naren, I heard that you are thinking of selling away the land of Belumat. Yes, mother, I cannot see the miseries of these people. So I thought, if necessary, we will sell away the land. What is there? We can stay under a tree. Then Sharda Devi said, you see, you have been all trained under Sri Ramakrishna, you can perform hard austerities. Naturally you can stay under the tree. But this mutt is not only for you. There will be many of my children who will be coming afterwards, who will become monks of Ramakrishna order. They will not be able to perform austerities like you. They knew monks like us will come. We would like to have nice food, time, there will be bell ringing at 12 o'clock and we will take food. So mother knew that they will not be able to perform so hard austerities, and this monastery is not for 2 years or 5 years, this is for thousands of years. So Holy Mother said, how can you sell away the land? And then she asked, we say Sharda Devi was unlettered, but what a great intelligence, what a great wisdom, what a genius. Sharda Devi asked Swami Vivekananda, Acha Naren, please tell me, now this land belongs to you? Whom does it belong to? Oh mother, I have purchased this land in the name of the trust. Then Sharda Devi gave a very legal point. Then how can you sell the land without consulting the other trustees? Swami Vivekananda was silent because yes. Have you consulted the other trustees? Swami Vivekananda said no. Then how can you sell away the land without consulting other trustees? But other trustees have come and met me just recently and they have told me they don't want to sell the land. And so Swami Vivekananda had to agree. Of course, afterwards the donations came, relief work also went on, there was no need of selling the land. But Sharda Devi's verdict was final. Even Swami Vivekananda would give. That was the Supreme Court. As far as the Ramakrishna Mutt Mission administration was concerned. Another incident. Lord Carmichael, the Governor General of Bengal at that time, in his speech in Dhaka, gave some very adverse remarks about Ramakrishna Mission. And he said many revolutionaries are joining as monks and British government is becoming suspicious towards them, and it is a fact. Many revolutionaries, after getting inspiration from Swami Vivekananda's books, were becoming monks. And so there was a great danger that Ramakrishna Mission should be banned. And many devotees stopped coming to the ashrama. They were afraid to come. Now Swami Saradananji was the General Secretary. He thought it is a very peculiar situation. Immediately we must tell those monks who were revolutionaries to get out of the order. Then only the Ramakrishna order can be saved. Otherwise all the devotees will stop coming and the British government will ban it. But he was feeling so very nervous. how many nice monks were there, they were performing such good work, and to tell them to get out. So he was in two minds, he was not able to decide. Finally he came to Holy Mother Sharda Devi. Then Sharda Devi, you know what a genius she was. Very simple advice she gave. She told, Sharat, why don't you go and meet the Governor General and tell him that ours is a spiritual organization, we have nothing to do with revolutionary movement. They were, in the past they were revolutionaries, but now they are leading a spiritual life, and let them see, let them send their agents to see how we are doing our work, how they are meditating, how they are serving the patients. Now this was a simple advice, but this did not strike Swami Shardananji. Swami Shardan immediately made an appointment, made the representative of the Governor General, and when they saw all the reports and when they saw the activities, then Lord Carmichael again announced in the public meeting that we have got nothing but praise for the service activities of Ramakrishna Mission, and the whole problem was solved. What a genius! A genius has to have three types of intelligence according to the modern word. IQ, intelligence quotient; EQ, emotional quotient; SQ, spiritual quotient. IQ we know everybody. And then 1991 Daniel Goleman made a research and said emotional intelligence is more important, emotional quotient, EQ. And now the latest discovery is of SQ. Dana Zohar, an Oxford University professor, has written a book, SQ, Spiritual Intelligence, the Ultimate Intelligence. And she says, neurologically, biologically, psychologically, physiologically, from every point of view there is a concluding evidence that there is something called SQ, which is the basis of both IQ and EQ. And what is IQ? IQ will tell you how to play the game of life. What is EQ? Will tell you how to play the game of life under changed circumstances with changed strategies. And what is SQ? SQ will tell you whether to play the game of life at all or not. That is your choice. What is the meaning of life? Why are we here as human beings? This spiritual intelligence. And Ma Sharda Devi had all the three types of intelligence. IQ, very sharp intelligence. Second, emotional quotient. Just understand what a way, how many persons he was able to deal with. There was Radhu, who was half mad. You know, Radhu. So many times she would be doing this and that, and mother has to pacify her. And her mother was full mad aunt. She was also staying, making all types of problems. And Nalini and Maku, 3/4 mad. All types of mad people, and one side was Gulapma always shouting. All types of people are there in the family of Sharda Devi, and still she is living peacefully and doing 1 lakh japam every day. When I told this, when I read this, I couldn't believe. So I asked one Swamiji, senior Swamiji, how is it possible 1 lakh japam every day? How is it possible? Because even our heartbeats, if you count, even if our mantra japam becomes one with heartbeat, then also it doesn't come to 1 lakh. How 1 lakh? So that Swamiji, the 11th president of Ramakrishna Math and Mission, Swami Gambhiranandaji Maharaj, he said, you see, you don't understand. In Bengali there is a proverb, I can take lakhs of rupees. I can give you lakhs of rupees. I can have lakhs of murders. Like means lakhs means very huge quantity. That's all. So she used to do lot of japam. That is the meaning. So I became silent. After some time, then he told in a public meeting that, you know, one brahmachari came and he asked me this question. I replied like this, but I was not satisfied. But recently I had been to Jairam Bhatti, and there I got the answer of this question. What is the answer? He said, when I was meditating in Jairam Bhatti, in mother's old house, suddenly it struck me. Swami Virjananji Maharaj used to say that the speed of mental japam is much more than even heartbeats and even breaths. And so Swami Gambhirananji Maharaj said, now I believe that Holy Mother Sharda Devi really did 1 lakh japam. Her mental concentration was so great that only 1 or 2 hours she used to do japam after so much of work. Even that was enough for her to do more than 1 lakh japam, because the speed of her doing mantra japam was much high, because she was doing mental japam and because her concentration was that of a genius. So she was spiritually genius. And last incident, what is spiritual genius? Swami Virjananji Maharaj, 6th president of Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission. He was having a lot of problem, severe headache, and he consulted many doctors. They could not treat. Finally, Virjananji Maharaj came to Sharda Devi and said, I am suffering like this, but no doctor is able to treat. Then Sharda Devi simply asked one question, my dear son, do you meditate on Sahasrara? Then Virjananji said, yes mother, I meditate in the chakra, Sahasrara chakra. Oh, that is the problem. You see, you should not meditate on that chakra for a long time. Try to do meditation in the Anahat chakra, in the heart center. If you want to do meditation on Sahasrara, only for a few minutes. This is your problem. So Virjananji Maharaj stopped doing meditation on Sahasrara. After a few days, the disease left of itself, no headache. Understand the genius of Sharda Devi. No doctors could treat, but immediately Holy Mother could understand what was the problem. So Sharda Devi had a great genius. She was the mother of so many genius. Naturally, you understand how much genius she must be. She was the embodiment of genius, and that is why so many of her children are genius. So let us pray to Sharda Devi that at least whether she makes us genius or not, but let us have some devotion towards Holy Mother Sharda Devi. Even that is enough. If we remember that she is a genius, enough to give us grace, to give us her love, and that will be sufficient for us to get peace of mind. Thank you. Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Pada Padme Tayo Shitva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Revered Swami Jitatmananji Maharaj, revered Swami Satyarupananji Maharaj, revered Swami Nikhilatmananji Maharaj, other respected Swamijis, dear brother monks, brahmacharis, devotees, the children of Divine Mother Sharda Devi. Just now we had a beautiful speech from Swami Satyarupananji Maharaj, who made out the difference between wife and Sahadharmini. My subject is Holy Mother Sharda Devi, embodiment of renunciation. Now, Sri Ramakrishna has been termed by Swami Vivekananda as Tyagishwara, Kandana Bhavabandhana, Khandana Bhavabandhana, that evening Artrikam, the beautiful Artrikam written by Swami Vivekananda, the immortal song. There Swami Vivekananda has put the word Tyagishwara He Naravara Dehopade Anurag. Who is Sri Ramakrishna? The emperor of renouncers. Not only a renouncer, not only a great renouncer, but an emperor of renouncers. Now, then what is Sharda Devi? Sharda Devi is the empress of renouncers. But not because she happens to be the wife of Sri Ramakrishna. She happens to be the wife of the emperor. By her own divine right and by her own spiritual might. Just now you listened, Sri Ramakrishna was there in Dakshineshwar, and all types of news went, because Sri Ramakrishna was always engrossed in God intoxication, and so the news reached Jairam Bhati that he has gone mad, he is always taking the name of the Lord. And when Sharda Devi used to go in the village Jairam Bhati to the tank for fetching water, and as it happens, you know, the girls when they go in a group, naturally a lot of joking takes place, sometimes a little bit of backbiting, leg pulling also takes place. So all the girls started telling, you know, poor Sharda, she has been married to Sri Ramakrishna who lives in Kolkata. But that fellow has gone mad and is not calling Sharda Devi his wife. She has become now 19 years. Sharda, any news from Calcutta? No news. Oh, poor girl. She has been married to a mad person. So poor. Likewise, they would retort Sharda Devi, and Sharda Devi became naturally very much pained. Is it a fact that my husband has become mad? And even if he has become mad, is it not my duty to serve my husband at this time? But as you just now heard, she was the embodiment of Shalinta. How to tell her father, Father, I want to go to my husband? So she just sent a message to her father that so many women are going from the village for Ganga Sagar Mela. Can she also accompany? Father was also intelligent. After all, he was the father of Sharda Devi. So he said, oh, I understand. You want to go to Ganga Sagar, and Ganga Sagar means you have to cross Calcutta. That means you want to meet your husband. Okay, I'll myself carry you. Don't worry. And then both of them started. You know the story. On the way, Sharda Devi had never walked. No cars. Those times, no aeroplanes, no cars from Jairam to Calcutta. No roads. So they had to go back walking. Sharda Devi never walked so far. She fell ill, and how Mother Kali appeared in the dream and how her life was saved, all these things we know. And then she reached night 9 o'clock at Dakshineshwar, and very apprehensive, supposing if Sri Ramakrishna says, why have you come to disturb me? Okay, whatever he retorts, I'll tolerate everything. But the first question Sri Ramakrishna asks, you come so late. Why have you come so late? My Mathur is not there. Otherwise, he would have served you so much. Mathur Babu, the son-in-law of Rani Rasmani, used to look upon Sri Ramakrishna as incarnation of God. So he would have taken care of you. Why did you come so late? Weeping. Who says my husband is gone mad? He is as loving as I have seen him in my childhood. Then the interview started. You know, nowadays the interview takes place before the marriage between husband and wife. A new system has come. Sometimes the boy and girl, they go also for outing to know each other. But during those times, no interview before marriage, only after marriage. So now the interview takes place. Sri Ramakrishna and Sharda Devi were sitting alone in the room in Dakshineshwar, and Sri Ramakrishna asked one question. Now, I would like to ask you one question. Will you reply? Yes. And then Sri Ramakrishna asked, you have come here, it's very good, but what is the reason? Have you come here to drag me into the world? You see, this body has been married to you. He never said myself, but he used to say, this has been married to you. So you have got a full right over this body. So if you say, you know, how liberal Sri Ramakrishna is there. He wants to pursue the spiritual path, but he gives the freedom. You see, I have been married to you, so you have got the full right over this body. If you say, I will follow the worldly path and have children, but if you ask me, I don't want to go for worldly path, I only want to go for spiritual path, and I want to lead a completely pure life, but I will do whatever you say. So, have you come here to drag me into the world? And then Sharda Devi, just imagine, a 19-year girl from village, she has not gone to any school, any college, but what wisdom, what intelligence, and what purity, and what a spirit of renunciation, that she says, no, 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 I have not come here to drag into the world. I have come here only to serve you and to help you in your work. Just imagine. Now, Sri Ramakrishna, of course, he was the monarch of renunciation, so he wanted to lead a pure life. But if Sharda Devi hadn't got that equal amount of spirit of renunciation, could she reply like this? Could she reply like this if she had not that equal amount, if not more amount of spirit of renunciation? So that is the spirit of renunciation. Complete renunciation of lust, renunciation of desires, renunciation of worldly life. Of course, as every woman has got a desire of having children, she had a desire of children. And just now you heard jokingly, Sri Ramakrishna used to sometimes explain to her, you see, sometimes they marry, again they bring children, then one dies out of typhoid, another dies out of malaria, another meets an accident. You see, outside the world, so many children they die. So what is the use of having a family life? And then Sharda Devi says, will all the children die? Do all the children die? And then Sri Ramakrishna said, my God, I thought she is a very simple girl, but she is so intelligent. All the children will not die. She had a desire, but Sri Ramakrishna had told, don't worry, you will have so many children who will be all genius, many children. And when this is the first interview, then the second interview, after a few days, Sri Ramakrishna and Sharda Devi are alone. Now it's the turn of Sharda Devi to take the interview of Sri Ramakrishna. May I ask a question? Yes. You can ask. Will you reply properly? Will you tell the truth? Yes, I will tell you the truth. Now tell me, how do you look upon me? Tell me the truth. How do you look upon me? And then Sri Ramakrishna said, should I tell you the truth? I look upon you as the same person who is there in the temple, that is Bhavatarani, and the mother who is there in Navat, that means his own mother, and the person who is in front of me, they are all equal to me. You are the personification of the Divine Mother. Nowhere in the whole world history you find such a dialogue between a husband and wife, where husband gives so much respect. We are talking about feminism and giving respect to by women and all that. How much respect Sri Ramakrishna has given. Sri Ramakrishna says, I look upon you as the manifestation of the Divine Mother. And not only telling by mouth. On 5th June 1872, on Falharini Kali Puja day, Sri Ramakrishna made an elaborate arrangement of Shodashi worship, Shodashopchar Puja, and in his own room. But on the seat, on the asana, there was no image. He called his own wife Sharda Devi, and whole night he worshipped her with Shodashi Puja, Shodashopchar Puja, thinking her as the manifestation of Tripura Sundari. And at the end of the sadhana, he chanted the mantra Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute, and made Sashtanga Pranam to his wife Sharda Devi, and both entered into Samadhi. In the world's history, this incident has yet to be taken note of. It's so significant. As the years go by, we will understand what a great incident took place in the same room of Dakshineshwar. That room is still there, and the corner is still there. But of course, the asana, the wooden plate on which Sharda Devi sat, that is in Belumat, that is preserved in Belumat. But the place is there. Even today you can see Dakshineshwar room where Sri Ramakrishna worshipped Sharda Devi Shodashi Puja. Now when this news came to Sharda Devi's mother, Shyama Sundari Devi, she started beating her forehead. My God, I got a son-in-law who is fully mad. So far he was telling that his mother used to call, and now he has worshipped her as mother. So now there is absolutely no chance that my Sharda will have any children, because they will not have any conjugal life. And so my poor Sharda, my daughter, will have no children. How unfortunate, what a type of son-in-law I have got. And when Sri Ramakrishna heard this, he said, my dear mother-in-law, don't worry. your Sharda afterwards will have so many children that she will get tired of listening to the word mother, mother, mother. And today you find all over the world, mother, 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 all over, millions of people crying mother, mother, mother. And mother, at that time also she had no time, now there is no time. Sometimes she is Germany, sometimes she is in India, everywhere she has to go. So many people calling where she can go. Just now I had been to Germany, one lady told me, an old lady, she translated the book of Swami Nikhilanandaji of Sri Ramakrishna's life. Then she translated Sharda Devi's biography, Swami Nikhilanandaji's biography. But she took a lot of liberty because it has to be presented in German language, so she took a lot of liberty. Now this German translated was to be published, but it was not allowed. No, you have taken liberty, you have to translate it again. You should not take liberty. Now this was a very tough job. Now that lady had to again translate the whole book. So she was very much, but she said okay. Then she confided to me that it took 1 full year once again to translate that particular book of Sharda Devi's life word by word. But she said Sharda Devi was constantly with me, I felt. Constantly. So that is how Sharda Devi is going everywhere. Now she has become the mother of all. So Sharda Devi, because she renounced the desire of children, she has got so many children. She renounced the desire of a worldly life. In the proper term she became Sahadharmini, and she became equal in terms of renunciation to Sri Ramakrishna. And just now you heard a beautiful incident, Swami Nikhilatmananji Maharaj, Lakshmi Nayar Marwadi. He came to Dakshineshwar. He was a rich merchant. I am trying to do research on him for so many years. The research is not yet complete. Who was that Lakshmi Narayan? Because his surname is not there. Only Marwadi. Marwadi, you know, anyone coming from Rajasthan is called Marwadi there in Calcutta. So what was his surname? So that I am trying to do research. Who was that Lakshmi Narayan Marwadi? I am very curious. Who at that time wanted to offer 10,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees means today's, if you count value, I am talking about 1881. It must be before 1881 because Ridu was there, Hridayaram was there, and Hridaya was taken out of Dakshineshwar. So the incident took place before Hridayaram, before 1881. So in 1881, a person wanted to give 10,000 rupees. How great must be his heart and how charitable he must be, I wanted to know. Who is named person? I am wanting to know. Today that value will be minimum 1 crore rupees. 1 crore rupees, and Lakshminarayan Marwadi came to Dakshineshwar and he saw there is a dirty bed sheet. Then he said, you see how dirty bed sheet, Sri Ramakrishna's bed sheet. You are such a great monk and these people are not taking care of you. You see, in our Rajasthan, in our western countries, they give lot of respect to monks, but here I find you are being neglected. Okay, what I will do? I will bring 10,000 rupees and I will make a permanent fund, and you will get an interest of about rupees 40. At that time the interest was little high. 40 rupees per month you will get. By that, just imagine if you get an offer of 1 crore rupees, how happy you would be. Somebody getting a lottery of 1 crore rupees, he fell down unconscious because of the joy. And here Sri Ramakrishna, when he heard that he wants to give 1 crore rupees, he fell down unconscious. He fell down unconscious, just like a stick. And when the consciousness came, he scolded severely. You fool, you want to tempt me by your money? Don't you know I cannot touch money? I cannot accept your money. Go. But that Lakshminarayan Marwadi was very intelligent. He did not go. He went a little distance and went to Nawat Khana, music tower where Sarada Devi was living. And he told, you see, Sri Ramakrishna, he is not accepting, but you accept 10,000 rupees. He brought in the bag. In some books it is written he only offered. In some books it is written Puthi that he brought the whole bag full of 10,000 rupees to Sharda Devi. Now think of any lady whose husband refuses a lottery of 1 crore rupees. She will just start beating the husband. You fool, what you have done? Money is coming and you are refusing. But here, Sharda Devi, what did she do? She said, instantly, see the spirit of renunciation. 1 crore rupees coming. At that time, mind you, you must also remember 10,000 rupees versus the salary of Sri Ramakrishna was 5 rupees per month. As a pujari, he used to get 5 rupees per month and 2 dhotis per year in addition. 5 rupees per month salary, that is the salary. And at that time, they had some pending bills. Even the milkmen had not been paid. So they were in great demand of money. At that time, since Sri Sharda Devi says, if he can't accept, how can I accept? Because I am his wife, and after all I am going to utilize the money for his sake. So my accepting would be like his acceptance. So it cannot be accepted. Sri Ramakrishna was relieved when he heard this. So equal in spirit of renunciation, nothing less than Sri Ramakrishna, if not more. That is the spirit of renunciation. Embodiment of renunciation is Ma Sharda Devi. And that Sharda Devi, what is she doing? How is she passing the life? Naubat, you go to Calcutta, you must all go Calcutta, see Naubat Khana, Dakshineshwar, opposite the room of Sri Ramakrishna, there is a small music tower. So the ground floor is a very small room, hardly an octagonal room, not square, octagonal room, hardly 6 feet by 6 feet. Height is 9.5 feet, but the door was only 4.5 feet high. And so whenever Sharda Devi would come, her head used to strike. Sometimes once it strikes so much that she had bleeding. From that time onwards, automatically her head will go bend down. And some fat women used to come. Fat women used to come from Calcutta, rich merchants' wives, and they could not enter, small gate and small room. So they used to stand at the door and say, oh, our Janki Maiya, how is she staying in this small room? This is how they used to say, our Janki Maiya, how is she staying? And in that room, small room, that Sharda Devi's was bedroom, drawing room, kitchen, storeroom, guest room. Some guest will come, they will also stay. Lakshmi Didi used to say, some more guests will come, they also have to be accommodated. Imagine the small room 6 by 6 feet, 9.5 feet high, and from there hanging, so many vegetables hanging, so many things hanging, and they are sleeping. And there is bedroom, kitchen, everything. But never Sharda Devi. See the spirit of renunciation. Never did Sharda Devi say that, oh, grudging, what type of husband I have got, he has made my life miserable. No. Sharda Devi says, when I was in Dakshineshwar, I used to feel so much joy as if a picture of bliss was always in my heart. She used to describe her days of Dakshineshwar. Never did she complain. When I was in Rajkot, one fine morning, one lady came to my room and she said, I want to commit suicide. Why? Then I asked, what has happened? Now I'm fed up, now I'm no longer fed up, I want to commit. Why? What has happened? From 6 months I am telling my husband to purchase a new house, he is not purchasing. Why he is not purchasing? He says the business is down, now let the better days come, after some time I'll get you a house. I said, the present house, what is the problem with the present house? Oh, no, I want a latest model house and it's very small. How small? Only 6 rooms. Only 6 rooms, only two bedrooms, and drawing room is also not good. So I've been telling 6 months, but the fellow is not listening to me. Now it is over. I am fully dead. My daughter is also now fully fed up. She also wanted a new motorbike cycle. She is also not getting. So now we are fed up him. Now I think I have to end the life. Then I told her, can you postpone for about 5 days? Just 5 days, then you can do. Then I gave her the life of Sharda Devi, told her, here is Sharda Devi, the mother of the whole world. She could live in a house, you have got so many bedrooms and so many drawing rooms and this and kitchen and attached and that, non-attached and everything. And here, one small room, how she passed her life. And with joy, not
always taunting your husband like this and making his life miserable. Rather, he should have come to me for suicide. It is the other way around. You are torturing him and also at the same time, now you want. So, she is still alive. Fortunately, she read the book. She is still alive. Sometimes she comes to the ashram. But this is the thing. We have forgotten the message. How Sharda Devi's life, full of spirit of renunciation, has a message for the modern women. Too much important message. That is like Sharda Devi. Even if a single portion comes, 1% of that spirit of renunciation, our life will become blissful. But she has given the demonstration. And that is why Swami Premanandji says in a beautiful letter, Mother, 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 oh Mother, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. What is she doing? The Empress of the universe, Raj Rajeshwari, that is the word he uses in Bengali. Raj Rajeshwari, the Empress of the whole universe, going door to door, limping, because she had rheumatism in the legs. Going limping, going from door to door to fetch a glass of milk, because in Jairambat it was very difficult to get milk, but because some people have come from Calcutta, Girish Chandra Ghosh, and many of her children have come, they want to have tea in the morning, no milk available, so Sri Sharda Devi used to go in the morning to, if some milk is there in the village, she would bag some milk and then prepare tea too. So Premanandji Maharaj writes, the Empress of the whole universe going door to door to bag a cup of milk. Just imagine, a cup of milk for feeding her children with tea, because they can't remain without tea. That is the Empress of the whole universe. She is the Empress of the whole universe. But there's such a spirit of renunciation. She is also the Empress of renunciation. So let us offer our pranams to Sharda Devi, so that we also get a little small spark of the renunciation and make our life blissful and meaningful. Pranams. Thank you.